Hey BookTube, this is Kelly, and thank you so much for watching Books I'm Not Reading. I really didn't intend to make this many videos this week, but I was tagged in an original tag called the end of the year book tag. And this tag was created by Kier the Scrivener. So obviously I will link her video down below. And I wanted to give you guys the opportunity, if you wanted to do this tag before the year is over, or the beginning of January, I think that's fine. Don't get tagged in very many original tags, so I just wanted to say thank you so much, Kier. And yeah, so let's dive into the questions. How did you feel about this reading year? I really feel like, in terms of just reading, I had an amazing reading year. Like, so many books that were such incredible reading experiences. So I had an awesome reading year. I don't care. I'm not interested in like the number of books or, that kind of thing. I did have a Goodreads goal, but I read some huge doorstepper books this year too. And so, yeah, I read great stuff this year. So I feel awesome about my reading year. Question 2, what are 2 phases or authors that you went through this year? I really can't think of anything. The only thing that happened in 2021 that was slightly different from 2020 is I actually went into a bookstore, I think maybe 3 times. Yeah, so when we were vaccinated, when we were fully vaccinated, we went to our local independent bookstore, and then I think we went back shortly thereafter. And so we actually bought some books. This year, 2020, was a year my husband and I both agreed that we weren't going to buy any books. We were only going to focus on books in our personal library, of which there are more than 1,000. So I think that's the only, like, maybe slightly different phase, is that I actually bought some new books. So this year I read some things that have been published somewhat more recently. I don't know. But yeah, I can't think of any other phases, or definitely not any authors that I went through this year. Question 3, what is the book you regret not reading? Well, I finally own it, so I do regret not getting to Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. My friend Laura, she loves this book and spoke so highly of it. And I've read Susanna Clarke's other book, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. And so, yeah, I'm hoping to get to this early in 2022. We'll see what happens. Question 4, what is something you learned from reading this year? I think you could take this a few different directions, but I don't know. I'm always looking in books for ways that things relate to my life, or teach me something about circumstances that other people might be in that I'm not really familiar with or aware of. I do live in the middle of nowhere, so there's plenty to learn about the rest of the world, as well as the people who live in it. So yeah, I'm always kind of trying to make those connections, but I also don't have a lot of people in my personal life, my actual my real life, whatever, as opposed to my booktube life, to talk about those things with. And so I'm so glad I can share some of my thoughts about books with all of you, because yeah, I don't really talk about books that much. So let's see, I want to make sure I don't miss any of these questions. Question 5, what is a book you wished you talked about more? ironically, I have been thinking about this lately because there are so many books that I read and loved before I had a booktube channel, and I never talk about them. Like, I never talk about Jane Eyre on my channel. Why? Why is that? I love Jane Eyre. So I am planning on making a video, again, hopefully in January, about like some books that I really love that I just don't talk about. So let's see. Question 6. What is a non-bookish highlight? This could be a movie, a show, a song, a podcast. A couple things come to mind. Squid Game, which even Jason was surprised that I was willing to watch. Fortunately, we watched it after all the episodes had been released because, man, those people know how to make like some cliffhanger endings. But anyway, so that's the kind of movie that if I was either home alone or single and had sole control of the remote, like I would have just binge watched that the entire weekend. Also the British Bake Off. I love that show so much. And like the people that they always have every single season are so nice. It's just amazing to me. Just absolutely amazing. Another thing, like Jason and I watched, it's like a Canadian show that just does like pranks and gags kind of thing. And like Canadian people on this show, like they're so nice. They're like, oh yeah, sure, of course I'll watch your kid while you go to the restroom or get a beverage or whatever, that kind of thing. And it's just nuts. Or yeah, I'll watch your dog or whatever it is. Like, sure, I'll stand behind your booth at the mall. I can't believe how many people are willing to. I would be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So anyway, yeah, it's just so that was kind of another soundtrack, I guess, if you will, to our life in 2021. Question 7. What is the greatest outlier in your books? Okay. So that would definitely have to be an ancient play called Lysistrata by Aristophens that was, I think, first performed in 411 BC. And I will be talking about this tomorrow in my Friday Reads video. So if you'd like to hear more about my thoughts about that, you can check that video out. Let's see. 8. Question 8. What book are you most excited to revisit? And in truth, again, I read so many great books this year. Like, I just don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. Honestly, again, like all the books on my top 10 of the year were 5-star books. I didn't even touch the 4-star books, which were also like pretty dang good. I mean, Broken by Jenny Lawson, which I don't have the copy anymore because I had an ARC and I gave it away. But I'll probably buy that book when it comes out in paperback. Because it was so funny. It just made me laugh so hard. But yeah, it wasn't a 5-star book, and so it didn't make the list. Anyway, so I feel very confident that I'm looking over here because this is where my stack of my top 10 books were. And honestly, yeah, I can see myself revisiting all of them at some point in the future. Question 9. What video are you most proud of? I think this is a really tough question. It's hard to remember all the videos we've made in a year. That's actually one of my projects for this weekend. I keep a list of all the videos that I've made and haven't updated it since June. So, just 6 months of videos, no big deal. I'm really proud of the Pulitzer Prize series videos that I did. I think it was in early June, actually, that I started doing those, and that's been really rewarding. I had no idea that you guys wanted to hear so much more about the Pulitzers, and so that will definitely, in the future, continue to be a big part of my channel. So Question 10, what is your favorite last line of a book? And unfortunately, I just couldn't think, I couldn't think of anything that wouldn't like spoil or ruin the book. So I apologize, Kier, that I don't have an answer to that question. Question 11, is there a creator or video you'd like to shout out? Honestly, like BookTube, the BookTube community is it's just incredible. I mean, it just, the kindness of people. I'm hearing, by the way, I'm hearing from some of you, they're like, oh, I love your channel. And I'm like, you have never commented before. Like, why is this the first time that I'm hearing from you? So please, please feel free always on any video, even an old video. I will respond to your comments. Yeah, so, I mean, it might take me a while to like figure out what's happening there, but yeah, so I might have to rewatch my own video in order to be able to answer your question about it or whatever, but like, yes, I get comments on like review videos that are ancient. So yeah, but you know, the people for me who really make BookTube what it is are not entirely, but like I just really always want to praise the people who don't have channels and leave lots of comments on lots of different channels. Like, it's so important, and it just brings such a different perspective. And I love that. I have loved getting to know people who don't have a channel, either on BookTube or on Instagram. And I've just really loved building those relationships, and I hope that will continue in 2022. So yeah, like there's a few of you that like I just hear from like once a year, or maybe I just heard from you for the first time. So welcome to my channel. Thank you. And just like keep commenting, because you know, it's so exciting when we can engage in the comment section or beyond that as well. So so that's like really, yeah, that's who I'm gonna shout out. And again, I hope Kier doesn't think I'm like copying out on all of her questions. Okay, finally, people to tag. So I just tagged a bunch of people for the book postscript tag 2021. So I didn't want to tag the same people. And I don't even know if these people have time to make these videos or not, but these are some great channels. So Sarah at Bookish Knitter, Sarah is going to be creating a vlog during New Year's Eve. And so Sarah, I just thought like, hey, maybe you could like insert the tag into your New Year's Eve vlog. I have no idea, but I look forward on New Year's Day to watching how you spent the last day of 2021. I want to tag Lindsay from Lindsay Reed. Yay, Lindsay! I'm so glad to see some videos from you, and I haven't watched your goal video yet, but I do plan on getting to that ASAP. Another bibliophile reads, I think it's Craig. I'm so bad with names, you guys. I really need to work on that. But anyway, another bibliophile reads. The Book Buds, who created a fantastic tag this year. So, Book Buds, consider yourself tagged. Bookworm Adventure Girl. And finally, Heidi at My Reading Life. She and Doris from All Day Books, they are doing the Book Naturalist Club, which I'm super excited about. And I'm not going to be participating in every month, but I do hope to participate a little bit in that this year. So, all right, BookTube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I look forward to hearing your thoughts, your answers to any of these questions down below. If I didn't tag you and you have a channel and you want to make this video, go for it. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.